Welcome back to Yogaxpress, your virtual stretch clinic that helps you move the body to still the mind. My name is Banu Suresh. I'm your host for this program. And I'm delighted to say that Jill Camera, a very popular yoga instructor in New York, is back with us today. That should say something for our program, but more than that, it shows how much we enjoyed our session yesterday. So Jill, thank you so much for coming back.
Oh,
we really
it was a
appreciate
pleasure. It was a pleasure.
We have a few questions for you, but before I have you address those questions from yesterday's episode, I'd like to reintroduce Nori Jung to Jill's left. Nori is a triple black belt, and Nori, you have about 30 seconds. That's a very long time. We'd like to know a little more about you.
Oh, thank you. I'm host and producer of Nori Vision, which is airing every Friday evening 8:30 p.m. Time on cable channel 56,
Okay.
RCN channel 83, and Verizon Fios.
Do you have a website?
34, yes. You can easily go to youtube.com/norivision9,
Okay.
or my personal art is at www.norivision.com.
Norivision.com.
Yeah.
Norivision,
which is I should update it though.
Okay.
And believe.tv/norivision. You can find a lot of previous show. You can check.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, viewers at home, every Friday 8:30, watch Nori in action in her art show. But now you can watch her in action on our yoga show as well. Plus, Nori has 3 black belts, so I don't know where you are, Nori. You're all over the place. But it's wonderful to have you back.
That's behind the scene, my dear.
Yes, she's creating all this chaos behind the scenes. Welcome back, Nori.
Thank you.
To my immediate right, we have Sarah Torres. Sarah, welcome back to the show, and thank you again for sharing that wonderful energy with your children a few episodes ago. Also, it's really wonderful that you turned up yesterday as well, because I think you had some questions for Jill, so we're going to have Jill address that for you on today's episode.
Yes. Sometimes when I do forward folds and I come up, I'll get a little disorientated, dizzy, and for a moment, I'll be stuck. Like, what causes that, and what can I do to prevent it?
That's a great question, and a fairly common occurrence. Again, just from our equilibrium standpoint, if you change your orientation, we were talking about the orientations of the spine, from down to up quickly, it throws the body a little bit off because it's a sudden movement and it needs to readjust. If you have low blood pressure, that readjustment period is a little bit slower, so that may throw you off. But for the most part, nice solution to the issue is to maybe come up a little bit slower, number one, or in steps. So perhaps instead of coming from down right up, you might rest about halfway with your hands on your thighs, reorient yourself to that orientation, and then come up. But I find the most important thing is that you're moving with the breath, and that makes all the difference in the world. If you're holding your breath, and again, you change rapidly the position of the body and the spine, it makes it it exacerbates the fact that it gets a little bit confused. So in general, always coming up is with the in-breath. Inhale. It makes a little balloon through the lungs and helps us to get a little bit more buoyant to come up, and the body feels more stable with the breath. The exhale movements are generally used to forward bend, and we'll explore that a little bit. If we don't make it today, tomorrow, I want to explore a little bit how the inhales and the exhales work. But that's a great question, and a lot of people have that issue. And again, go a little bit slower, go in steps, and definitely link the breath with the movement.
I can just
That's
visualize.
really helpful.
Yeah, I can just
Yeah.
visualize inhaling, so we're
Yeah, it's
already
like-
floating and going slow.
Exactly.
Wonderful. That's very nicely explained. So we're going to remember that. Great tip. Thank you, Jill.
Well, thank you for that great question.
I think Nori also, Nori and I shared another question yesterday, and we were curious about, you taught us the side stretch when we went over to the side. how deep should we really be going? Because depending on anatomical proportions, like you and Sarah may have longer waists, so you may be able to go a little deeper.
Right.
I may not be able to go as deep. So is it safe to lift my butt off of the chair when I do that?
Safety being the operative word, I would say the short answer is no for that. Because if one side starts to come up, that's a stability that's lost.
Okay.
Right.
And you can very easily lose your center of gravity and start to topple a little bit.
Okay.
So it's better to do less, but have more stability in the movement. Little by little, the mobility will come. So you always want to feel grounded. There's really only one rule in the Yoga Sutra book, which we talked about, I think, the last show that I was on. It's a very brief little aphorism that says every asana, every stretch that you do, every posture, must be stable yet spacious. And the only way you get that kind of spacious feeling is from something being
rooted.
grounded and rooting down, just like nature. The bigger the tree or the plant, the deeper and stronger the roots.
Absolutely.
Right. So we
So-
need to stay grounded.
You need to stay grounded and not worry so much about how far
How
you
deep
go,
you go,
but
right.
just the stability, the mobility will start to come.
Here's a question. When you say grounded, does that have anything to do with balance?
Yes, balance, I guess you could, if you would define it as being stable in gravity.
Basically, a center.
Centered, and that is grounded, that's exactly it.
And in fact, that's also one of the 5 principles of yoga. We rely a lot on gravity. All the props that we use is just to help. It's like training wheels, right? We just use the props to get into the posture.
That's brilliant,
Once we
Brenda.
know, so-
Exactly. And it's funny, the word grounded is just that. It means that there's some kind of stable base, some kind of grounding and rooting down into gravity, or more like a yielding into gravity, and then you can use the willpower to then reach up into space. Otherwise, you're off, or you're collapsed.
Right.
So there's that nice balance
I
between
want
the
to
two.
feel nice and open.
Very simple way to understand. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
This is
Again,
really
great
good.
questions.
It's very nice,
I'm
simple
full of
explanation.
questions. And some maybe silly ones, but like you would like align your ears with your shoulder. And I was thinking, I almost never hold my head straight. So when my eyes was closed, I wasn't sure. Like I don't know
Which ear
how
is
to
going
tell.
higher than the other.
Exactly.
The first thing is the thought. So little by little, the body will follow. So just initially thinking of the ears over the shoulders. One day you might find yourself, your ears will obey.
I like the sensation.
So,
Yeah.
but the first step is just knowing, perhaps, and again, these are just ideas to align the head. But if you watch people, you'll see for the most part, we walk with our heads hanging forward, and the head is very heavy, and that'll start to take us off
That's when
balance.
the stress builds, right?
Exactly. And then where's the compensation? In the back muscles, back problems. So again, initially it feels like you're too upright, but little by little it becomes
natural,
second
yeah,
nature. And again, it's just what we call a cue. For the most part, the ears in line with the shoulders, in line with the hips.
When you actually mentioned that, to add to what Sarah was just saying, when you mentioned that yesterday, you talked about making sure that the ears were above the shoulders or something. I'm trying to get my shoulders to reach up to my ear. Okay, should I be doing this?
Okay, I should give a double
looking
cue.
straight.
Ears in line with the shoulders, shoulders relaxed. How's that? There's different ways to come into it too. You could say crown of the head reaches
No.
up the center.
I was just trying to visualize myself and trying.
Right, Bonnie, you don't want to do this.
No, that's right. So
Very
moving
nice.
one shoulder.
Also, Jill, I have a question. Sometimes we can get easily injured people from other people, or women, or any lifting up the
Lift
head.
heavy
Instead,
weights,
click
yeah.
right here.
Right.
That is very, a sensitive part of body. Now, how we can preventing, or how would you like to give us advice that you mentioned some front side of a, tummy area?
Yes, the low back is very vulnerable for lots of different reasons, though the muscles there are strong. But sometimes it's tight back there to compensate for less tension in the front. Now that's not to mean that we want to be sucking the stomach in and holding very rigid there. But for the most part, and we'll, again, maybe tomorrow we'll have time, I don't know if we'll do it today, but if you simply give little pulses or squeeze through the pelvic floor
we can
muscles.
feel
You
that.
can feel it, and that starts to draw the low belly muscles in, and that right away lends the
Strength.
support to the low back.
I see.
And then in most yoga poses, when we do come forward, we hinge from the hips, so there's not the pull on the low back. It doesn't hurt to do a little bit of back stretching here and there, but for the most part, and for women in particular, you had mentioned,
Yeah.
ironically, we can have a lot of flexibility in the low back, and it loses complete support. So just like we were saying about the grounding to move up, in order to have the back strong and supported, it needs the front supported. In yoga, these are called bandhas or locks. It's an energy
locks.
lock to hold.
Before we move
Thank
on,
you.
I'd like
Very
to
simple,
thank.
but yeah, beautiful.
Again, wonderful questions.
Advice.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Nora.
thank you.
Before we move on, I'd like to thank our amazing crew. We have Josiane Hurd holding the fort once more. Josiane, thank you for directing our program today and hopefully for many more episodes to come. And Richard Swanson, responsible for all these amazing lights and the sound system. Yoga Express airs Monday through Friday on Time Warner 57, RCN 84, and Fios 35 at 1:30 in the afternoon Eastern Time. That's New York time. If you don't catch us on the show itself, you could go to our website. These episodes are taped in the studios of Manhattan Neighborhood Network, so it's mnn.org. And go to MNN3, type in Yoga Express, YOGAXPRESS. Jill, we're all yours.
Nice. So let's
We're back on
come
the
on up
chairs.
to our chairs. Yes.
Great.
In fact, today I think we'll spread out just a little bit more from one
Okay.
another because what we'll do today is called vinyasa movement.
Okay, so move them back.
Here, very nice. And again, a little bit space even between each other. And I always say, give yourself your
Close it
Wings.
just a little more so the cameras will pick us up.
yes. Let's see.
Oh,
Marie,
to give
come
us
on in.
arm room. Okay,
Yes.
got
Well,
it.
you know what?
I could stagger ourselves.
Yes,
yeah.
that's
okay.
a great idea. We'll stagger a little bit.
Okay.
There we go. Good. So again, if you want to check, just make sure you have room to bring your arms out.
Even when we go 6 feet under, you only get 2 by 6, Jill. I don't think we're getting more than that.
Well, the vinyasa has very much to do with the energy of the breath, which we won't need for that 2 by 6. So there's a style of yoga called vinyasa style, and that's the style that I generally teach.
Right.
That means to link the movements with the breath. So for every inhale, there's a movement. For every exhale, there's a movement. For every movement, the inhale is there. For every movement, the exhale is there. And that's so nice because that's vis-a-vis your question again, Sarah. Always moving with the breath safely. So we'll start with pretty basic little vinyasa warm-up. So again, come slightly more to the front of your chair. Yesterday we talked a lot about making sure that the chair was stable. If you're in a wheelchair, you lock the wheels. You want to make sure the chair doesn't slide, and you want to be comfortable on the chair. We're going to take our feet a little bit wider, bring our hands onto our thighs, and give a very small tilt forward. Now this is called a cat-cow pose or Mudjari Asana. Mudjari Asana in your 48. So with our inhale, we're going to lift the chest up to the sky and just feel the back of the upper chest moving forward. And then exhaling, we're going to dome the back behind us. So we're coming into a forward
Oh,
fold.
that's a great adaptation.
Isn't that nice? And then inhale, let the chest go between the upper arms. And use your exhale through the nose always. Yoga breath is always done, mouth closed through the nose. Dome the back a little bit. Nice. And we'll do that again. Inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Excellent, ladies. Good. And then next inhale will bring us back to center. That's a nice warm-up to do any time in the chair.
Good, yeah.
So we can bring the knees back in line with one another. Maybe sit a little bit back in the chair. Again, you don't want to be completely back onto the back. It's too slumpy, sitting up nice and tall. And we'll do some samasthiti, straight spine moves in vinyasa. So you'll bring your arms down by your sides. Take a big inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. If it feels okay in your neck, you could look up at your thumbs And then with your exhale, let your arms come down by your sides.
All right, Sarah, I'm going to spank you.
Good. And again, like this, inhale. So you're actually using the breath to facilitate the movement, taking some nice deep breaths into the side ribs, and then exhale. Let the arms come down. Wonderful. Now inhale, reach the arms up. This time interlace the fingers and press the palms towards the sky. Exhale, lean over to your left. And inhale, come on back up. And exhale over to your right. Very nice, nice side stretch. Inhale to come up. And then exhale, let the arms come down. So now we're going to take the vinyasa into a twist. So once again, arms by the sides. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. With your exhale, you're going to twist over to your left. So your left hand will go behind you, right hand will go over. That's it. Nice. Inhale, reach the arms back up. You can lift the head or look forward, or it feels better on your neck. And exhale, twist over to your right. Nicely done. Again, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist left. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, twist right. Beautiful. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, arms down. So we've got 5 actions of the
Stop
spine.
keeping on going. I was going to go
Oh,
right
we're going
back.
to. Now we're going to. We're just
Very
going to put
nice.
everything together now.
Beauty nice, beautiful.
Feels wonderful.
It does feel nice.
Oh
very,
my God.
very energizing,
Yes.
very enlivening to
Relaxing.
move the breath, have the
Yes.
movements with the breath, and it kind of just makes it easier to have some deep breaths, and it supports the movements with the breath. So again, we eliminate that little dizzy feeling sometimes. So we're going to put this into a sun salute, actually.
Okay,
Okay,
seated
a chair sun
salutation. I
salute.
like that.
You guys are familiar with sun salutes in the yoga?
We see. I don't know the
You
name
know the sun
exactly,
salute?
but
Yeah.
So we can do this in a chair. So a sun salute is a series of postures that can be repeated. You can add on to, you can do them again and again by themselves, but also you can add on. But we'll just have a little basic sun salute here that uses all the different orientations of the spine. So, I wanted to give one little instruction. For some of us, and let's go ahead and bring the hands forward. For some of us, it's easier to interlace the fingers and easier to press the palms forward. If you have any wrist issues or maybe a little arthritis in the hands, and you can't, feel free simply to touch the fingers together, and you can keep your hands like this. That is very beneficial in itself. As we do interlace the fingers, if that works for you, feel free to change the interlace occasionally because it brings a more symmetrical energy to the body. But again, if that's not accessible, just bring your fingertips together and use the arms this way. Again, if you can interlace, and you could practice and interlace, again, with a little bit of pumps, it's very nice for little arthritis in the hands if you want to try that.
Oh, it's building heat.
Exactly, and it's
Nice.
warming up and again, just kind of waking up the hands. But if you can do the palms forward and up, that's the way we're going to work today. And bring the arms down. So our sun salute, here we go.
I'm looking forward to this.
Yes.
I've never done a
Yeah,
seated
me
one.
too. So inhale, reach the arms up, interlace the fingers, press the palms up to the sky. Exhale, bring the backs of the hands to the head and tilt over to your right. So point your right elbow down to the floor. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. And exhale, twist to your left. There's our twisting. Now inhale, bring the arms forward, interlace the fingers, press the palms forward. And exhale, round the back into your cat pose. Inhale, bend the elbows out to the side, bring the palms of the hands to your chest, lift the chest up to the sky, coming into your back bend. And exhale, arms down to the thighs. Very nice. So that's all the actions of the spine in our sun salute. So we're going to do the other side. Everybody good?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Beautiful.
Nice work. Inhale, reach the arms up, interlace the fingers, press the palms up to the sky. Exhale, bend the tops of the hands onto the head, point the elbow down to the left.
Did we do left?
Inhale, reach the arms up, opposite twist. Now we're going to twist right. Release the arms down by the sides. Inhale, arms come forward, interlace, flip the palms if you can, and use your exhale to dome the back, get a nice stretch through the back muscles. Beautiful. Nice. Inhale, bend the elbows out to the side, backs of the hands onto the chest, lift the chest up to the sky, and exhale, palms flat, mountain pose, Samastiti.
Very
Good.
nice, thank you.
Want to do it one more time?
Yes,
Just-
yes,
again,
it's amazing.
It builds a little heat. Again, something you could do. Wouldn't be too conspicuous, I think, if you if you were on an airplane, but everyone else will be sleeping usually.
Yeah, especially if it's an 80-hour flight.
Oh yes, exactly. So again, sitting up nice and tall, you always want to come back to the mountain pose that reposes, realigns the energy, gets everything nicely ready to go. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, interlace the fingers, press the palms up to the sky. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the side, point the elbow down right, stretching that left side. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. We're going to twist over to our left arm behind, right hand over. Good. Inhale, the arms come forward, interlace the fingers, press the palms. Exhale, use the opportunity to stretch the back muscles. Notice how the belly pulls a little bit in here. And then inhale, use the opportunity, open up the chest, lift it up to the sky. And exhale, arms by the sides. On your lap, Samastiti. And let's do the other side. Inhale, reach the arms up, interlace the fingers, maybe change the interlace, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows. You're going to point that elbow to the left. Inhale, reach the arms back up to the sky. Exhale, twisting to your right. Inhale, back to center, interlace the fingers, press the palms forward. Exhale, dome the back. And inhale, Purvatana, open up the chest, back bending. And exhale, hands down. Very nice, ladies.
Amazing.
Good.
It's amazing,
Now
right?
we
Yeah,
do one more.
feels
We have about
amazing.
4 minutes left.
Should we
We'll
do,
do maybe another round of sun
Yes.
salutation.
that would be
Yeah, I
great.
love
Yeah, it feels wonderful. I
Wonderful.
think we're just getting
Amazing.
healthfully addicted, Jill.
It's
It's just amazing.
That's my secret, Bobby. No, it is amazing. It's again, it brings nice vitality, and you get all the actions of the spine, and you feel rejuvenated.
Yes.
I can already see myself doing it now, consciously, when I wake up first thing in the morning. You talk about doing this.
Yes,
Going-
and
oh,
it's
it
easy
feels
enough to
good.
remember.
Right.
Again, I do recommend maybe you start with a little bit of our warm-up that we did,
Right.
at least a few actions of the spine, and then you move into your vinyasa. Very nice. Okay, so we'll finish up with a couple more rounds.
Yes.
Good work, all. So take a big inhale, reach the arms out and up, interlace the fingers, press the palms up to the sky. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the side, point down towards your right. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, and exhale, twist to your left. Nice breathing. Inhale the arms forward, interlace, let the palms go out front. And then exhale, dome the back into cat pose. Inhale, bend the elbows out to the side, open up the chest into cow pose. And exhale, arms by the side, on the lap, Samastiti. And other side, inhale, reach the arms up. Beautiful work, ladies. Interlace, press the palms to the ceiling. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the side, point to your left. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, stretching the sides long. And exhale, twist over to your right. You can look over your right shoulder if that works for you. Inhale, arms forward, interlace, flip the palms, and exhale, dome that back into cat pose. Inhale, elbows out to the side, hands on the chest, lift into cow, and exhale, hands to the thighs, Samastiti. Should we do one more?
The other side. We have the other side, right?
Did we? I thought we did both sides.
Both sides.
We did both
We did
sides
both
together.
sides?
Okay. I think I'm just greedy for more.
I think so. It's just one.
Actually, let's do one more round and then we have our closing announcement.
amazing.
Perfect, that's perfect. Do one more round. This
Yes.
is nice because again, the more you do it, the more it becomes second
Yeah,
nature,
the
and
more
you
we-
remember, your body starts to
Right, well,
remember.
body gets into the rhythm actually. I think that's why I'm getting addicted.
Ah, excellent.
You're gonna be doing this before dinner.
Right. That's right. Make room for more.
Right, exactly. All right, ladies, sitting up nice and tall to start. Inhale, reach the arms up, interlace the fingers, press the palms up to the sky. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the side, point down right. Inhale, reach, it's all right, we always do the other side, Banu, so it doesn't really matter. And then exhale over to the left, it's fine to get a little mixed up at the sides. And inhale, bring the arms forward, interlace the fingers, press the palms out. Exhale, round the back, cat pose. Inhale, open up the chest, cow pose. And exhale, arms by the sides. Should we finish up with that other side?
Yeah, let's do the other side.
Inhale, reach the arms up. Beautiful work. Always feel free to change the interlace if you want. Press the palms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, tilt over to your left. Stretch the right side. Inhale, reach the arms back up to the sky, twisting this time to the right. Inhale, the arms come forward, interlace, palms flip. Exhale, dome the back into cat. And inhale, open up into cow. And exhale, Samastiti.
Ooh, I feel like keep going.
Very nice,
That was
ladies. Good
beautiful.
work.
Thank you, Jill. That was an amazing
My pleasure, my
experience.
pleasure.
I'd like our viewers to know if you want to watch us, Jill is going to be back with us tomorrow for a little more progressive stretches, not too advanced. Yoga Express airs Monday through Friday at 1:30 in the afternoon on Time Warner 57 RC and 84 and Fires 35. So you can watch us everywhere. You can also go to my website, www.yogaexpress.com, yogaexpress.com, or you could visit us on mnn.org. This program has been taped in Manhattan Neighborhood Network, and I'd like to thank our director, Josiane Hurd. Thank you for holding the fort today, Josiane. Richard Swanson, thank you so much for the amazing studio lights and the whole setup right here. On behalf of Sarah Torres, Nori Jung, we would like to thank Jill Camera. Thank you so much.
Thank
You were an
you.
amazing instructor. This is
Thank you,
Banu
ladies.
Suresh.
Good work.
so
Very
much.
nice.
You are watching Yoga Express. I think I'd like to keep stretching while the cameras are still rolling.
All right.
I'd
wanna
like to
see
do
if-
it in
wanna
off
see how
camera.
much you can remember?
Yeah, let's try
Okay.
that. Okay.
I won't say anything.
Oh, you will? Okay, we're
No.
just going to get
You know
into
what?
it.
I'll
right?
give you the inhales and the exhales.
Okay.
Inhale. And exhale. Side stretch.
Doesn't matter
Good.
which
Doesn't
side.
matter. No. Inhale to come on up.